Welcome to another Catrice Fall update video. I already did a video with a lot of products of the new fall update, and I also did a video about all of the shades of the new colored lip balms. I will put them on the screen, link them down below, things like that. I also have a Catrice playlist, but today I have a handful, a little more than a handful of more new products from this update. A few of these things became available at Boozy Shop. They were there for I don't know, 10 minutes and then they disappeared again. But I did manage to order them and they did arrive here. They're just not up there right now. Not all of them. Some of these are, some of these aren't. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we're going to be trying out some more makeup. The product that is going to be kind of the focal point of this video is going to be the new Cozy Glow Eye and Cheek palette. And I thought that this was going to be very fall-esque. This is the most fall vibe product I feel in the new collection. At first I was a bit should I try this? Isn't it a little bit too deep for me? But in the end I think I will probably be able to make these colors work. But the blush might end up being a little too deep, but we're just gonna be testing it out. I do really like the whole vibe of this palette. I really like the shades they chose for this. They swatched quite nicely, but I'm kind of thinking this can go both ways. The shimmers, especially the eyeshadow shimmers, I feel can go both ways. They could either look very nice on the eyes or kind of be too toned down. So it can go either way, but we're gonna test this out. This is the first of these eye and face palettes that I'm gonna try, but they do have shades already in this line that already exist. By the way, I am wearing the Invisible Cover foundation again. This is the third or fourth time that I'm wearing it, and I actually really like how this looks on my skin. I have shade 20N, which I feel is a good match for my face and neck. My shoulders are a little bit more tan, but I feel I can get away with this if I kind of bronze up. It's kind of what do you want to match to? I feel this is a really nice natural coverage. I do really prime the brush when I use this, otherwise it looks a little heavy, but with that technique I've been really enjoying it so far. Alright, we're gonna start out with an eye look. I'm already wearing some eye primer, and I think I'm just gonna start out with the shade Cinnamon over here. And I'm gonna take a Cinch EO2, and this shade is pretty kick up E in the pan. Seems quite pigmented. I feel sometimes I have to give products a little bit more of a chance. Sometimes I just kind of write them off before hearing anything about them, before ever trying them. And this was the type of product where I kind of wanted to do that. I did that with the earlier versions, the earlier colorways. Sometimes you just really gotta give something a go. And I do have more and more this goal of being an expert of the Catrice line, being able to tell you a lot about a lot of different products. I used to only try a few products every update, but I want to do a little more, which I have been doing. I've tried so many products, and I've also ordered a lot of products from the Essence collection, and that is coming. That I did get the shipping confirmation of just a few minutes ago. Should be coming tomorrow. That's gonna be a big video. I will probably not be able to use everything in this video, I mean. But I'm gonna swatch everything. I'm gonna do as much as I can. I made such a big order. This is quite a nice shade. I feel it's a little powdery, you can blend it away if you're not careful, but it is very pigmented. I like the undertone. It's really this neutrally brown. That's pretty cool. I need a little bit of a blend on the edge. Would you like to see a roundup review of all the new Essence and Catrice products together in one video, or would you like to see them just what I always do with other products, everything together in my general new makeup updates? By the way, I am also using today the Brow Sleek, and I am noticing that my brows are kind of moving. They're moving while I'm blending. So I'll have to fix that at the end. Alright, time to try the other matte. This is Cashmere and it seems like a bone colored matte. And I just want to see how pigmented this is. So I'm gonna just place it here. Okay, that seems pretty pigmented. That actually seems quite nice. Like that did make quite a difference for like the brightness there. I'm gonna take this on the edge a little bit, but just a little bit because it's so pigmented. Okay, I feel like that is pretty nice. We are gonna do the shade Heartbeat. Why Heartbeat? Like this is Cinnamon, Chai Latte, Cashmere, Rosewood and Soul Glow. I feel like they should have kept the theme like with Chai Latte and Cinnamon. That just sounds very autumnal. So this is that shimmer. Okay, I think we might have a good formula in this palette. Oh, I took it too far. I was too enthusiastic. It is kind of like a satin shade, but it does have pigment. It has a little bit of a glow. Takes it to a little bit more of that like warm cranberry-ish color. That is looking quite nice. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Chai Latte, which I do really enjoy a good chai latte. Like in some cafes in the Netherlands, you do get like warm milk with a bag of tea inside it, and that's like the worst thing. I really hate it when they do that. But when you have like a true like, spicy, like with a lot of spices, a lot of depth in the flavor chai latte, I really like that. This is fine. I feel like there's nothing really wrong with this shimmer, but it's also not blowing my mind. I think it's gonna be too deep for the inner corner. So I'm gonna take that bone colored matte on the inner corner. Just gonna take a pencil brush and let's see what this does. We want a little bit of brightness and I think that's working. It's not like super crazy, but it's working. Like you can do a matte inner corner with this. And I think I want to just use the... Oh wait, or should I use a little bit of the blush on the lower lash line? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the blush on the lower lash line because it seemed very pigmented. Like it would be kind of usable as a shadow as well. Ooh, I think that is quite nice. I'm doing really autumnal looks this week. Kind of want to use that in the crease as well. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this shade in the crease. I don't know, I just wanna... Yeah, this is really nice. That is really nice. That's blending really nicely together. Like, that blush is also a matte that can be used very easily in the look as well. Like, there are often face palettes where the matte blush is just too lightly pigmented to kind of like add to the look. What's this? What happened here? But this definitely adds to the look. I actually am quite liking it, even though the shimmers are satins. I feel like I did get quite an impactful look here. Alright, let's apply the blush on the cheeks. I am not wearing any bronzer yet because I also felt kind of like it could be kind of like a bronzer. Maybe, potentially. I feel like this is gonna be quite pigmented, but a little too dark maybe, but we're just gonna do it. At least with the base, like the foundation for a base, I feel like a lot of cheek products look more pigmented naturally. Okay, this is actually going really well with the Cinch FO6. I just dipped in once, but I don't know, this is blending out really nicely, and I really like the kind of like satin effect that I'm getting of these two together. That's really pretty. Why is this turning out to be such a nice palette? Like, that's really nice, right? Okay, once again, dipping in once. Let's see if I can do the same on the other side. I feel like a lot of skin tones could get away with this blush because I mean it is pigmented, but it is like malleable. Take a little less, take a little more. Ooh. Okay, I'm like, it's warm in the Netherlands. It's summer in the Netherlands, definitely. Like, I'm sweating all day every day, but this is giving me the fall vibes in like the best way. And I feel like this blush is actually looking very natural on me. I don't feel like it pulls to like terracotta or anything. I feel like it looks like a really natural flush. I don't know if it's the combination of the foundation and this blush, but it just looks so natural. Like, it has a natural glow. There's no shimmer in it whatsoever, of course, but it just has the most beautiful glow. It is really pretty. I am glad that I tried this because I'm kind of contemplating if I need more of these palettes now. But this is looking good. Okay, we're going into the last shade that I haven't tried yet. The highlighter in Sun Glow. I'm gonna grab a highlighter brush. This H&M one. Let's apply. Okay, that is quite pigmented. Like, it's creamy. I didn't take a lot and it's really like going a long way. This is really like a standard champagne color. Blends out nicely. It looks really smooth and skin-like. Super nice. Evening things out a bit. Look at that highlight. I am really into this. Like, this is super pretty. I'm gonna take a little on my chin. I want to take a little bit of this highlighter on a pencil brush. And I'm gonna put that right over here, just adding a little bit of glow to the lower lash line. Should I just add a little bit of this like right over here as well? Just playing around a little bit with the options. Like, I feel like this adds a little bit of glow. I feel like this is turning out really nicely. I feel like this is really nice. Okay, so I just put on some mascara and I bronzed up a little bit on my forehead. I am really liking this look so much. I feel like it's really impactful. I feel like it's really pretty. It blended really well. Really love how the cheeks are looking. I am quite impressed. Alright, now we basically have a bunch of lip products, but I also got this. So this is the Caffeine Kick Under Eye Serum, 2% caffeine, cooling effect. And I tried this in the afternoon. I was just like rolling it on. It's kind of like, it's a squeezy tube, but then you have these like cooling roller balls. Just rolling it on, and it didn't work on top of all my other skincare, my SPF. Like, it peeled really badly, so I'm gonna be testing this out. But it felt really nice and cooling, and it did make my under eyes look really good as long as it lasted because of the peeling. But I kind of have like a good hope for this as long as I use this as one of the first steps, because it's very thin, it's very liquidy, like it's very watery, like an actual serum. It's a serum, so I'm gonna use it that way, try it that way, and then I'm gonna report it back to you. Alright, for the lip products, I actually didn't realize that they were coming out with SPF lip balms, and I'm kind of like, I want to try a SPF lip balm. I want to find an SPF lip balm that doesn't taste like SPF and actually looks and feels nice and doesn't feel like you're tasting like soap. This one has SPF 25 and this is shade 030, and this is the Holiday Lips Caring Lip Balm. So there's also 010, which is a very neutral shade, and there was 020, which is more of like a corally shade. This looked very pigmented in the swatches that they showed of this, but when I just swatched it, it swatched very sheerly, like very sheerly. Not that I minded, like if this doesn't have the SPF scent, I would just want to wear it whenever, and then I don't want it to be super pigmented. It smells a little plasticky, like it's not my favorite. We're just gonna try it out on the lips. It feels a little stiff. It does have a hint of color. This is a very stiff balm, but better than a super like liquidy watery balm, because those disappear off your lips like in minutes. Okay, I do see some pigment here. I actually quite enjoy the feel of this because of it, like it being a little bit more stiff. I feel like that works. Like it feels quite hydrating. I don't taste any SPF yet. Like, I don't want to like fully eat this, but I tasted a little bit, I think. Like, there's a hint of slight soapiness, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. It's not as bad as some of the Kiko ones that I tried like a few years ago. I tried some Kiko SPF lip balm and it was super soapy and bitter. I feel like this is a level that I can live with. And it looks quite nice. It's subtle. But if I would just want to wear it like every day, whenever, I would probably buy the 010 if it comes back in stock. But yeah, this does have some potential. Like, this is quite nice. I wanted an SPF lip balm. I feel like I'm protecting my skin like pretty well, but then always kind of like forgetting my lips. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. Next up, there is a new shade of the Lip Jam Hydrating Lip Gloss. And I feel like Catrice actually has had these like tinted squeezy tube lip balms for quite some years. Like before they became popular, but now it's good that they have this type of product in their collection. And I just wanted to shine some light on it, see how I feel about the Catrice one. This one is in 070 Cherry on top and it's kind of like a reddish pink. Feels a little thicker, which I do enjoy the most with this type of packaging. Smells a little like plasticky, like cherry candy, kind of like. I don't know if I like the candy scents of things a lot. Like, I don't know how to feel. I feel like I can live with it, but this is not gonna be my favorite scent. So let's apply and see. Definitely a little thicker than the Revolution ones. Like, not everything comes out at once. I feel like that looks and feels quite nice. It is a little bit more of a subtle color, but I actually really like the tone that this has. It feels really hydrating and it looks really smooth. There's no weirdness. There's no like emphasis of any lines. How I can actually see myself like throwing this in a purse and just reapplying it throughout the day. It's not like super thick. It's not as grippy as the Naturium ones, but it feels a little thicker, a little bit more substantial than the Revolution ones, which I think are okay, but are not my favorites. I think this is gonna be a pretty nice product. Like, this is cute. Then at the start of the year, I actually did a video lip swatching all of the Catrice Melt and Shine that had just released. I believe they started out with 10 shades, but now there's another shade that has been added to the line. This is 110 Flaming Hearts. This kind of feels like a slightly more shiny lip balm. It doesn't feel really like the Tarte ones. It doesn't really feel like that. It is kind of an interesting formula. It's not my favorite from the Clicky Pens, but I do enjoy it for kind of like a tinted lip balm. I enjoy these more than the new color balms. A little spoiler if you haven't seen that video yet, but this is kind of like a toned down red, and I really like toned down red. It's one of my favorite lip colors to wear, especially in the red department. Like, I will probably go for this or kind of like a pinky red. Like, and there has to be a little bit of a dilution of the red. I don't want it to be too bright, so let's apply. I think this is looking nice. It has quite a shine to it for kind of like a lip balm product. I do have to say that, like, it is a more glossy lip balm kind of product. I think this is quite a nice shade. I think this is a nice addition to the line. It feels fall, but it still feels like pretty fresh. I feel like it looks quite nice on flattering on lips. I like this one. I think this is a good one. I probably won't refill my video or anything, but I did want to show you like what the new shade looked like. And then I actually tried one of the Creamy Nudes lip pens in Daytime Nude. I tried it in the last video and I loved it so much. It was so much better than I was expecting, so I bought another one of the Creamy Nudes lip pen. This is 040 Cinnamon Spice, which seems kind of like a cool tone nude. And I also got one of the Intense Matte lip pen because I want to see what the difference is. Is there any difference? Like, is it the same thing? They just have a nude line? That is my question. And I don't know. I've realized that I like this range. Like, this is a good formula. It looks nice. It feels nice. It wears for quite a long time. Like, Daytime Nude was a little warmer. So I wanted to try a more cool tone shade as well. Okay, I want to try the Catrice Intense Matte Lip Pen in shade 080 Dusty Rose. So this line already existed, but they added another shade. There are some more quite nice looking shades in this range, but I have to calm down a little bit. Like, I don't need all of the shades. So we're gonna try this rosy shade, and I love rosy shades. Seems quite bright. I just feel like this is a very like creamy formula, but not too creamy. I don't know, it feels very lightweight. It feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel drying. It looks like matte with a slight satiny sheen. And then it wears for quite a long time. I don't know, I feel like I've been kind of missing out on these lip pens. I've just never been really interested in them, but I don't know. This is a nice shade. I like how lightweight this is. Like, this is beautiful. Okay, last one. And I hope this is gonna go well with the rest of my look. So this was the Creamy Nudes Lip Pen in 040 Cinnamon Spice. And it just seems kind of like a cool tone nude, a little bit on a mauve side. I do feel like these pull a little darker on the lips than they look in the actual like bullet pencil. Ugh. This is actually kind of a light cool tone nude. Not super light, but light-ish. This is a really interesting kind of like muted nude color. Very close to my lip color, but not exactly. This is kind of like the type of fall lip that I like. Maybe I'm also just like seeing fall everywhere right now. Like I'm feeling the fall vibes looking at myself. I think this is a nice shade. Also feeling like very comfortable, very lightweight. I just feel like this is a type of matte lipstick that I want to wear. I just don't want to feel the heaviness of it. I just want it to feel like light and airy and easy, and I feel like these give me that. Alright, so I added a little bit more of the blush from this palette because I was just feeling a little bit more blush with the look, and I added a little bit. Where did I leave it? And I added a little bit, like a tiny bit of a Kiko lip liner. Oh, here it is. The creamy color comfort lip liner in 318, just to like add a little bit of structure to the deeper lip. And I'm actually really loving how this look came out. Like, I know that this is not most of the products that I've actually used, but I feel like I'm looking so good right now. Like, I love the reddish brown, loving the cheeks, like it's looking so good. And the lip, I feel like everything just came out so well. Alright, I feel like all of the products that I tried today have a lot of potential. Like, I have a really good feeling about them. I'm very excited about the Lip Jam lip gloss. I really want to try the Holiday Skin lip balm for a longer period of time, just to see if I get a little bit more of that SPF taste. But if it doesn't, like, I'm gonna be really happy about that, because I, like before, as I said, haven't been able to find that. And all of the other like shades and things that I've tried, I've really enjoyed. So I think this was a really successful video, and I'm happy that I bought a few more things to test out with you in a video. And then that's gonna be everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.